And we are live from, hey, where are we? Oh yeah, we're in Cambridge, Massachusetts, the international headquarters and capital city of the internet. My name is Dr. W. Lant. I'm the CEO and co-founder here at Worldprofit at www.worldprofit.com. That's WORLDPROFIT. And we are going to have a rip-roaring fight of a program today. If you want to know how to make money on the net, you are not going to believe what we're going to be talking about. This is, of course, the longest-running live webcast anywhere on Earth. It's coming to you right across the street from Harvard University, where I did my graduate work. And I have a special guest today. You can call him, you'll be hearing him first. He's brought us a special supply of potato chips and things in that particular noise. He's got a whole bunch of noise-making foods that he will be sharing with the world. Gary Smith from Nova Scotia, what have you got to say for yourself today?
No food. My hands are empty.
Yeah, I know. What melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
It is a pleasure to be here with you.
It is now, but in about 20 minutes, we'll check back with you. This is the program Anything Goes, and it's unique. When we say anything goes, we mean it. The foundation is always money, always success on the internet. We are here every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And one thing I say is, if you have a squeamish disposition and you can't stand the truth, you better get out of here now before nobody can send in like, you said this and so. Yep, we're going to say what we want to say. Of course, we expect decorum from our ladies and gentlemen. No sex, please. We're British. And of course, nothing to do with pants that are around ankles. And we've already exhausted that segment. There's a limited utility to start with. Gary, today's program is dedicated to Joel and Roland, who won't go home and do anything. And Wayne, who I don't know if Wayne's even responded. And we're going to have a couple of special words from Matthew Thurston, who wants to be in the video marketing program. So we're going to cover a lot of the waterfront today. I want to tell the folks a little bit about Worldprofit before we start. We are in one of what we call the two studios for this program. Studio number one is live. That's really the real Gary Smith, the way he really looks and the way he really sounds. He's here live in Studio 1. In Studio 2, this is run by our White Rabbit, Patrice Porter from Big River, Saskatchewan. Don't you dare pronounce that extra syllable at the end of it. That'll identify you as a foreigner. And Patrice runs the interchange that we have with YouTube. She'll be posting in about an hour or so. This program will be posted. Now, I'll be hiding out in the backyard under a blanket, just in case anyone wants to find me. You won't be able to. We are, as I hear every day, we are celebrating our 20th corporate anniversary this month of August. And I'll probably throw in a few Worldprofit stories. I know you can't wait to hear them. They are incredibly enthralling. And we want to welcome Wayne Bernard to the program. Wayne, we're going to bring you in a little while. Just sit back and relax. We will get everyone to be participants. And by the way, this is an interactive program. And if you do not interact, we have our ways to get you to interact. That package over there, red ants, the binding time has nothing to do with getting you to talk. We have been, as I said, for 20 years on the internet. Very successful company. We are the first and largest company in the world to deal with home-based business people. So all of you out there who want to succeed on the net with home-based business, this is the right place. You have arrived at Nirvana. We will tell you why a little bit later on. Our headquarters is Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. For those of you map-challenged Americans, that is in Western Canada. And I know they call it provinces, and it doesn't mean that they're inferior to states. It just is a word that they use. So all you gazetteers gather around, learn. Edmonton is where Santa Claus lives. It's the farthest town to the north, near the North Pole. In fact, Santa Claus is there right now looking for some helpers. Next, we have the highest rating possible from the Canadian Better Business Bureau. And how we got that is, do you know how we get that rating, Gary Smith?
Yeah, a minimum of 10 years of no complaints and whatnot, and it has to be earned.
That's right, it has to be earned. The Canadians don't fool around like Americans on this issue. They say you want it, you earn it. You have to have your nose clean for 10 years, no problems. And I want to take this opportunity to thank our Lant lead the lady who handles all the relations with the Canadian government and the Canadian Better Business Bureau is Sandy Hunter, S-A-N-D-I for Internet, Hunter, H-U-N-T-E-R. She is the longest-serving corporate president of woman anywhere on Earth. It is our own Sandy Hunter who runs the back office with fairness and equity, and smiles and a pretty face. It all helps. And then we have George Kosch, our Chief Technical Officer, whose name will be bandied about a good deal today because we're talking about technology. This is a Canadian company. For those of you who are anyway difficult to deal with, revolutionary, hey, we're Canadians. Get used to it. I'm running the American office, which is in Cambridge, Massachusetts, right across the street from Harvard Square, across the street from Harvard College. And you'll love it here. It's a beautiful day here in Cambridge, Gary. And it's going to be even more beautiful. We're going to start this program now by talking in an A, and nobody has an immunity. I feel like I don't want to talk. If you don't want to talk, get out. This is like a party. This is like a dinner party. You have to talk. And if you don't want to talk, you can have a poem to recite, a song to sing, tap dance. Could at least consider that. Gary, this is the problem. Technology is necessary for understanding and running a successful internet business. Would you agree? Technology and knowledge of technology is necessary to run a successful internet business.
Oh, 100% true, Dr. Lant. The internet is evolving so fast that I cannot keep up with it, that's for sure. But
now,
we do have our chief technical. Okay.
Hey, don't let that cat out of the bag, man. It's bad enough to bring your chips with you and make all those moves. Shut up. What Gary was trying to put back in the bag, we have the great good fortune of having George Kosch, who is a genius when it comes to the internet. He is our chief technology officer. And I really want Joel and Roland and Wayne and all you 75 people out there in the audience and all of those folks who are listening to us on YouTube, understand this, get it through your head now. You are going to need technical skills, or you're going to need a deputy who handles these technical issues for you. Gary, I'd like to call George Kosch our technology insurance policy. He is the guy who looks around the internet, finds out what's happening, because he does this every day, 7 days a week. He's been doing it for over 20 years. I don't know where the hell he keeps all that information, because it's brutal. He told me the other day that he now feels he knows every lead generating program on the internet. He knows what they are and how they work. That's amazing. Now, Joel and Roland, Wayne, how would you like to run your own technology company and be the chief technology officer? Could you pull it off, Wayne? Bernard. Wayne, could you pull it off? Do you know enough technology to be on top of all the technical developments on the internet that pertain to your business? Wayne, I'm waiting for an answer. Joel, I'm waiting for an answer. Roland, I'm waiting for you to go home. Gary, you see, this is the problem. They all think that they can do this alone. I have not. Ah, here we go. Oh, goody, Wayne, you fell right into the mud puddle. Wayne, you think you can run your own technical business, is that correct? 24 hours a day, because you have to be, it's the internet, and we don't close the internet. Could you do that? Oh, you definitely could? Oh, that's everybody. I love George. If George is here, I love George. Enlighten him. Gary, you want to have a go at Wayne? Wayne is of the belief. And Wayne, let me ask you a question. How old are you? And how much success? And And Wayne, how old are you? And do you have $100 to join us? This will be good. How old? And do you have $100? You're 75 years old. And do you have $100 immediately available to join our community? Oh, come on, Wayne. Aha! And that is a... Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am a trained linguist from Harvard University. I'm going to put my considerable skills to work. Gary, look what he said. He said that he thinks he could do it all by his lonesome at age 75, but he doesn't have $100. What do you want to say back to Wayne?
Well, um, I'm not sure how you could do it with no money. That's for sure. With the technical stuff that's out there that we have to look at on a daily basis, I know I can't do it.
Now let's
And
be
I
real
do
clear.
have
George
$100.
Kosch has more toys than anyone on the net. His setup is amazing. Now, George, as everybody knows, he used to be a captain in the Canadian Air Force. He was in charge of those pilots when the United States gave Canada a new aircraft that we developed. George was the head of the team that went and made sure that they worked properly by getting in there and making the thing fly. And he was called a test pilot. So he knows his technology backwards and forwards. Now, Wayne, if you went into George's playroom, which is what we call it, where you see all these things. And I got to tell you the story since we're telling vignettes about Worldprofit history. One of my first visits to Edmonton after we incorporated was in the winter. And we went, George said to me at the dinner party, would you like to go see where our servers are? What could I say? It's like being invited to Mecca. So we go in there, they're in a bank, in a vault in a bank. It was so valuable. And George had the key, and we go in, and it was like, I don't even know what it was like. It was like the monolith. It was like seeing the future, and there it was, click, 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 and it was like millions of these little clicks. Wayne, and this was 15 years ago, if it was a day. Do you think that with no money, and obviously limited technical skills, and your age, which would prevent you from staying up late, wouldn't it, probably? Do you think you have enough right now, no money, by your own admission, to run a business? And let's see what Wayne comes up with this time. Now remember, you're on your oath, sir. You're telling me you have no money, but you think you could do it, but you're not sure. Would you like to entrust a business to Wayne? How many of you would like to entrust your business to Wayne Bernard? Gary, you want to? I'm sure Wayne will give you a deal.
Yes, I'm sure that he would, but
Oh, Mama, Wayne, I love you. Te amo, Wayne, baby. Everything coming out of your mouth is awful. It's trash. Listen to me. Wayne, I would like to get to know the program first. George Kosch knows every program already. He is smart, as he likes Yogi Bear. He's smarter than the average bear. He is good looking. He is energetic. Oh, why am I telling these things? You're making me depressed. He is out there every day. He is inventive. He has invented dozens and dozens and dozens of things. Wayne, I want to ask you a question. How many internet applications have you invented? How many? George has invented hundreds. How many of you in this room at this point are using one or more of George's internet applications, the apps? How many of you are using one or more? Come on, now this is an interactive program. I want to see some interactivity. Wayne? Waiting to hear from you. See, this is where Wayne gets real quiet. I asked, how many of you would like to? Wait, I'm going to give you a free ad. How many of you would like to have Wayne Bernard as your chief technical officer? He needs the money. They'll probably cut you a real good deal. Yeah. Gary, would you feel comfortable trying to stay up every day to check up on Wayne?
No, and I appreciate the tools that are put in front of me here that are developed, most of them in-house. It just makes my life so much easier.
All right, now, Wayne, I'm going to turn the tables on you. Wayne, if I came up with a means for you, let's see, I only saw the program 1 hour ago. No, that's not true. The computer has logged you in 2 times. What do you look at your date? You see the number 2 next to your name? This is 17 United States. Do you see the number 2 next to your name? you have any idea what that might mean? You care to guesstimate? If you care to guesstimate what that is, it's the number of times the computer has logged you in here to this very space. And the computer says you have been here 2 times. So you haven't just been here for 1 hour. Now listen, Wayne, you could try to deceive the computer, but it won't work. So what do you think about that? Did you know you've been here twice? Clearly not. So, would you like to make a deal with Worldprofit, and Gary and I will whip something up for you here, that would enable you to use the services you obviously can't provide, even though you are the chief technical officer of your company? Would you like to get involved in this so that you would really get access to some of the best software embedded in the whole world for running a home-based business? Would that be of interest to you? I want to monitor this response real carefully. Would it be of interest to you to have such a relationship with us? All right, Wayne, get a piece of paper and a pencil. Gary and I are going to engage in some mirthful legerdemain. We're going to solve this problem for you right now. And we will do the same thing for Joel and Roland is impossible. Roland, how many oranges do you want today? Wayne, here's the deal. Where do you live? You're 75 years old. By the way, Wayne, I am 67 years old, and I am not broke. Au contraire, mon frere. And the reason I am not broke is his name is George Kosch. That's his initials, okay? And Wayne, you wanted me to tell you how many other programs I belong to on the internet? None! Not one! Zippo! I belong to one thing and one thing only, and that thing is called Worldprofit. And now I'm going to tell you, Gary, not a day goes by when I don't get a letter saying, Dr. Lant, if you join my program, it has we have no money, and we have no list, and I know you'd want to join us. Excuse me, do you think I have had a lobotomy? I wouldn't go near there with a fork. Wayne. Okay, Gary, I think Wayne is ready. Where do you live? You need to tell us where you live. Oh, in Carlsbad, I know it extremely well because my parents lived there for a while. Yes, Carlsbad, California. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely place. So Wayne, you have a couple of bucks. So let's not deceive ourselves. Carlsbad is not cheap, and you know it, and I know it. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to give you a certain amount of time to come up with the money. If you do that, I'm going to give you everything that Gary Smith is about to read to you. Gary's going to read you an offer. And this offer that Gary is going to read is for Joel and Roland and Wayne and any people that are looking in the window, any one of the 71 people. Gary, give him the old Enrico Caruso delivery.
Okay, you say you've finished the introductory video. Great. Then you already know the awesome offer we've got for you if you order in the next 15 minutes. You'll get that $6,500 bonus offer made in the video and $400 a month of cutting-edge success materials, all with resale rights. And you get all the materials we've given before. Now that's worth thousands of dollars. You'll get total success training in home business boot camp. Also, 75 monitors. We'll start closing the sales for you today without ever charging you anything. You'll get $800 worth of crucial business and wealth building software, all with resale rights. You'll get Worldprofit's unique ClickBank promo kit, enables you to make at least $1,000 a month without spending a penny. You'll get our incredible Magic List Builder, turns any website into a list building page instantly. And if you accept this offer in the next few minutes, you'll get 10 associate members. They'll start generating commissions for you. But there's still more. It's important that you place your order within 5 minutes. Get 50,000 additional money-making credits, which includes 10,000 additional guaranteed visitors to the website of your choice from Traffic Center, 20,000 credits for our popular Safelist Extreme Mega List system. You'll also get absolutely free our newest traffic generating marvel, the automatic SEO Promobot Kit. That has a $450 retail value. Now that'll help get you guaranteed #1 position on Google, Yahoo, Bing, etc. It'll promote your URL to over 3,000 backlinking sites with just a few clicks, and allows you to post your message on over 70 safe lists and top traffic exchanges. Finally, we include the SEO Power Pack of 23 software programs worth over $1,000. Our gift if you join us now. Click on the Red Order Now link and select option 1, the monthly option. Next part of the offer, if you get your silver package now, folks, you'll get well over 1,000 original articles for your blog by master writer and marketer Dr. Jeffrey Lant. Now, you can see his complete collection at jeffreylantarticles.com. Now, active dealers, we use these articles to generate thousands of responses in just 15 minutes or so every single day. You'll get brand new software by master inventor George Kosch. That enables you to create hundreds of ebooks in just about 3 minutes per ebook. Now, this spectacular offer is made once and once only. So act now. Click on that Red Order Now button or click on the hyperlink there. Order in the next 15 minutes and you can add this to the $12,000 bonus package. Create, customize, and produce video articles almost as fast as you can read this sentence. New. Order within the next 7 minutes. We'll include the easy-to-use software you need to give away unlimited free advertising to all of your customers, whatever you're selling. Now, this is Tech Wizard George Kosch's latest invention, and you will use it daily to get your customers to act, to respond, and to buy. It's a $1,995 retail value. It is yours free now. You're not going to find it anywhere else because it is exclusive to Worldprofit. Next part, video marketing. That's the hottest thing on the net. Now, have you been to YouTube lately? Now you can stay at home and profit if you know how to do it. Internationally known marketer Dr. Jeffrey Lant, Worldprofit CEO and co-founder, shows you how to use video marketing to sell anything. Order in 7 minutes and get this incredible video marketing course free. Now that's a $10,000 value. That's what any university would charge for a 2-day workshop. But this is ongoing training. The course is unique. It does not exist anywhere else. You get it now. Plus Dr. Jeffrey Lant's 19th ebook, Net Profit, shown here at Amazon with a price tag at $29.95 is yours. As a bonus, you can use it to generate thousands of leads with one click. Just click on that red box and order at once. The next part of the offer is, if you look up right up on top of the page, you'll see a big banner up there, a big green banner that says 700,000 SEO submissions. That's 700,000 SEO submissions. Well, Dr. Lant, do you have anything else to add to this? Or?
I may, depending on what Joe and Wayne tell me. Joe, you haven't said hi, haven't said boodle goose. We need you to say something, or else we're going to remove you. And Wayne, what do you think about what we have that we can help you with and get it into your hands? Are you ready to move ahead? Because I'm prepared to work with you on the dates and times if I get a straight answer now. Do you think at age 75, with limited experience and no money, you could create this? These are just the special offers. Do you think you could create this stuff, Wayne? And don't you think, that, given your answer, that you could not do it, that you should perhaps affiliate with us? What do you think, Wayne? All right, so here's the deal. Get a piece of paper and a pencil, because I'm going to do the old razzmatazz, the old Carlsberg, California special. Okay, when you have a piece of paper and a pencil, let me know. let me tell you what kind of a town Carlsbad is. It was 2 Christmases ago. I got to tell you this story. And I sent my father the most voluptuous box of Godiva chocolate, the kind that comes with ice that I have to hand deliver the damn thing. So the Godiva redirects the package to across the street from my father. And he goes over there, and there it is, locked up in their breezeway. And he looked again the next day, and they'd eaten it all. That's the kind of place Carlsbad chocolate is. Don't leave your chocolates out where random strangers could eat them because they will. There. I don't think the Chamber of Commerce would be having me anytime soon. All right, Wayne. You got a piece of paper and a pencil? Here's the deal. It is now 10:30 a.m. in Carlsbad, correct? 10:30 a.m.? Is that about right? Time in Carlsbad. What time in Carlsbad, California is it right now? Welcome, Derek Southwood. Wayne. What time? 10:30. I'll take it. It's 10:30. I'm going to give you until 3 p.m. Carlsbad time, 3 Pacific, to get your act together. Come back here with $99.95 in any payment form. And you're going to get the $20,000 bonus package plus 100 customers. Okay? That's if you're back by 3 Pacific. If you can't make it, you throw your hands in and I can't do it with another person. Then I'm going to give you until midnight Pacific time. But I'm going to take away the 100 customers. I'll give you the $20,000 bonus package. We have 2 times to keep in mind. 3 Pacific and 12 midnight Pacific. If you accept my offer, you put your phone number on the screen, we'll have a deal. You can come back at any time during this time. I would suggest you bookmark the page so you don't lose it. If you accept my deal, Wayne, by the way, this deal is made once and once only, and it will never be made to you again. So, Derek, hold on, we've got a deal for you coming up. Waiting for Wayne Bernard. You will take my deal. You have 7 minutes, by the way. You have 7 minutes to accept it. The deal, by the way, Wayne, will expire at 21 minutes to the hour. Is that right?
32, yes.
Okay, we want to speak to Derek Southwood. Wayne, do you accept our offer? You now have 6 minutes, and then it is dead. And remember, you don't have the technical guarantees that we have. You don't have any money. You don't have any customers. You don't have any employees. You don't have. We have all of the above. So, looking... Now, Gary, with your mellifluence crunching, Wayne is not up here. All right, we have a deal. We now have a deal. Now, Wayne, we are going to adhere to our end of the deal. All you have to do is come on in and tell the monitor on duty, who might be Gary, who might not. Will certainly never be me, because I'm going to be sleeping, please. Tell the monitor on duty that you are Wayne, and you're coming in to do a deal. And by the way, you want to click on the bright red box that says order now, and you want option 1, the monthly option. You haven't clicked, and by the way, make sure to bookmark this page so you don't lose it. Do you have any advice for old Wayne, Mr. Smythe?
Well, I would be cracking the whip and trying to get there by 3 o'clock, because 100 people in your downline is nothing to sneeze at. That's a good start for your list.
You see, the thing about Carlsbad, it's a very nice town. I know I've been there, I've stayed there, my father. And the bottom line is, it's small, it has all the services, and they're all open right now, and Wayne knows exactly what I'm talking about. Hey, Wayne, did you eat my father's chocolates? I want to make sure, get my list of suspects together. Can you imagine when I had to call the guy and say, excuse me, my father's chocolates were eaten by the people across the street. Well, that's the Christmas spirit, it's all good. We want to speak to James Murphy and Derek Southwood. James and Derek, we have a special offer for you. And James, you need to click on the green box and watch the video. Let's go back to our topic of the day, which is technology. How many? I want to hear from Linda Elsie. I want to hear from anybody else who's out there. How difficult would you imagine? Let's say that George Kosch goes to work for IBM. Now we don't have any. We don't have any insurance. We don't have any shield. We've got ourselves. How would you feel knowing that you had to do all the technology work yourself?
I just couldn't do it.
Did you see the old tap? See, this is the truth. I couldn't do it. Forget it. I can't even turn on the lights because it is, much less a computer. You know, I just, my computer just crashed a few minutes ago. I always let this go to the computer. I say, look, you be nice to me, I won't kick you into the street. And that's my deal with it. We want to speak to Bobby, but we can't. We want to speak to Derek and Southwood. Derek, you need to say something or we'll kick you out. Wayne's got his instructions. All right, so I think we arrived at the conclusion that you just, what is so hard for people to understand? I guess they don't understand that this is all technology. They kind of know it in their head. They don't get it. How many people do you have to come in here and want to focus on it? So if I get this Safelist going, folks, it's about having help for all the aspects, not just a little bit. What do you think about these people who come in and say, I just want the 50,000 visitors?
50,000 visitors doesn't do much unless you know where to use them, that's for sure.
Sidney Bachman, I believe I know you. Sidney Bachman, this is Dr. Lant. Aren't we acquainted? Haven't we spoken before? Sidney Bachman, you should look familiar to me. Now, not only, here's Derek. You're not interested in watching and doing this? Why is that, Wayne, Derek? Derek, if you're going to make that statement, we'd like to know, we'd like the chance to rebut it. See, this is the great thing. Derek comes in here and throws a stink bomb and then hides. This is really courageous. Have you ever thought of being a terrorist? I'm not going and watching anything. If you have a point, state it. You said you were joining us. I want to know why. See, we're going nowhere. Derek, all I can say is in the United States, one is innocent until proven guilty. If you come in here and said, I have a concern, that'd be one thing. Oh, thank you, Miss Linda Elsie. Okay, Derek, you posted a bad link on top of everything else. Derek, let me tell you a little something that grown-ups know. The President of the United States receives thousands of negative comments every day. You have to do your job. Somebody somewhere is not going to like what you do. And Derek, that includes somebody somewhere is not going to like you. And I can name a couple of candidates for that, for the awarded position right now. Would you like the opportunity to defend yourself from some kind? Of course you would. So instead of coming in here with a stink bomb, why don't you come in here with some integrity? And by the way, your link doesn't work. Gary, you want to say something? Gary, the voice, the valiant voice of truth.
Well, it's just I mean, when you do a search on I was going to say on Worldprofit, but not on Worldprofit, but on YouTube, you can get so many varied opinions on any program, anything that you want, and I mean, some are good, some are bad. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, and
my feeling about that is that
it's the people.
Everybody on there has a raison d'etre for doing that. Derek has some reason why he feels necessary to come over here and cause a problem. Oh, have you gone? Oh my God! Yeah. What a wuss! This is great. stink bomb thrown, big scandal, and then, oops, forgot, link doesn't work. There are people in the world who specialize in just distorting, telling lies, whatever. This is not news, folks. This has been going on since men came into caves. You know, let's say you were a caveman, and you like somebody's cave, and it's to the yours. So you're supposed to notice it says there are scorpions and skunks living in that cave. Those people would be out there, and you'd be in the flash. See, there's in my view, there's always a secret motive that why someone's going to do that. Let us continue with our exegesis. We can't talk to Bob, and you got Wayne all settled. Anybody want to say anything? Let's go on to the next topic then. How many of you have lost money on the net? Let's talk about that. And by the way, just for those of you who are tuning in late, we're talking about are you qualified? Can you be your own technical officer? And we have universal agreement that no, you can't. I tell you what, I like to be able to focus on the things that I do well. If you send me here with a computer problem, guess what? You come tomorrow, same problem. Come in a week, okay, I'm not going to know how to do it. My mind doesn't function that way. What about you? Does your mind function? I actually couldn't be my own technology officer. What about you? Could you? Would you? Should you? Might you?
No. Well, I definitely shouldn't, because I usually end up with a worse mess than before I started. But I've been struggling with one for the last couple of days, with, as you're aware, with freezing my screen with YouTube. So,
and I want to say something about YouTube.
But I seem to have it sorted.
One of the things that bothers me about places like that is the terrorist story that posted. This young man who was beheaded, this New Hampshire, good journalist, in my heart, leads without family. And what our government didn't do to protect that man, he shouldn't. At first, number one, he believed in that journalism is practiced in the United States, not as practiced by a terrorist group. But there are films on videos on YouTube of people getting beheaded. Terrorist outrages and messages. I mean, you've got to take whatever you find out on that internet, and you've got to be very, very guarded about what it says. You've got to ask yourself one question: whose benefit is it to disseminate this information? There's always somebody who's benefiting it. You want to speak to that before we go on and help Scott Bauer? I don't know if you see this program in England, but it's a television show. It's about a chef. This guy goes around rehabilitating restaurants. And he comes into a restaurant somewhere in Liverpool or whatever, and they read, and the food is awful. And he reads on the internet, and all the compliments are the same, but they all look like they were written by the same person. So he goes to the owner and says, "Did you write these?" "Oh, no one would say anything nice, so I decided to say it myself." That's why the internet has to be treated with a grain of salt. Because people lie. They lie about their age, they lie about their weight, they lie about their sexual orientation, they lie about the number of children that they have at home, they lie about, is that true, Gary? We live in an age, this is the golden age of lying.
Yeah, unless you know somebody personally, you got to take everything that they say with a grain of salt. Eh?
I have come to the point where unless people have the usual name, address, phone number, some follow-up, I don't believe anyone, whatever it is. I don't believe it. Let's talk to Scott Bauer, who may be of a more liberal point of view. Scott, you're welcome here to the Live Business Center at Worldprofit.com. Would you please say hello to us? You are being recorded. That's right. We are not telemarketers yet. Waiting for, whoops, that was stupid. Well, we have about 15 minutes left. I'll let you choose a subject. You know, the problem with Gary is he gets off on feeding himself. Well, I'm looking at him. I haven't had a crumb in hours, and there he is. You're lucky that I don't put a zap on your food. Scott Bauer, are you there? Scott Bauer. I don't mind you eating. It's eating in front of me that's the problem. Fine. Scott, we're going to try one more time to get you into the program here. Well, while we're waiting for Scott to get over, I do want to make a couple of announcements. First of all, we're another day closer to the end of summer, and that is a very good thing. How many of you are prepared for the, I mean, we're already in the fall selling season, I'm sure you all realize that. How many of you are organizing doing your promotions every day? If you want to have a big year end, you've got to promote every single day. You want to speak to that? People say, oh, I did do it every day, well, except for the day when I didn't. Look at that one.
Yes, that's actually George actually just posted a message this morning on a technical issue that somebody had put in, and when he checks it out, they're not doing the work. So I don't know how you expect the results if you don't do the work.
Well, I think here's where what we've been talking about today principally comes in. I mean, if you have an insurance policy that gives you all the technical support you need, you're fine. But if you don't, of course they're going to stop. They're not stopped. They're obstructed. They're trapped by their own lack of understanding of the process. So they get up, oh yeah, I'm going to have this multi-trillion-dollar internet business, but you don't know any damn thing about it. Well, yeah, I can run it. We also do something, oh, I can. You can't, excuse me, that's the point. You can't. And Scott Bauer, if you would please come in with us, Scott, I have a $29.95 book that I sell at Amazon.com on internet marketing. I'll give you a copy. You come down off that perch, come in there and be civil and say hi, and I'll give you a copy for free. It doesn't get any better than that. You want to pulverize him too, because he's just sitting there doing nothing.
No, I'm not really sure what Scott is up to. He's been here 11 times, still has not watched the videos, so, I mean, he doesn't know what we're all about or anything. He just, I don't know, maybe he just comes to listen and get beat up on. I'm not sure.
Oh gosh, not
and he doesn't.
Scott, are you a masochist? Because if you are, I'm going to charge you for consulting with me specific.
He doesn't talk either.
Oh, he doesn't talk. Of course he doesn't talk. Again, I think that people very early on in the internet, like the first day or the first 2 days, run against a technical problem, and that's the end of their business right there. So I don't think it's a long-term problem. I think it's a problem that comes up immediately. If they then can't solve it, but they have a friend. Hey, haven't you got a kid who knows how to do this stuff? There's usually a kid available for a while. The kids are not reliable technical technology problems. How many of you have, before you got involved with Worldprofit, how many of you got involved in a situation where technology didn't work? You were like 1 or 2 days in, and then you just stopped because you didn't know who to ask. You didn't want to spend a lot of money on technical agents, consultants. Was that you? Did that ever happen to you?
Yeah. When you run up against the blank wall, it does.
Right.
Yep.
And you sit there and you say, fiddle, that doesn't work. Fiddle, that doesn't work. You know, George, before he recognized it, I too have a stature. And the stature is, I am absolutely, completely frizzed out about technology. I know it works, but I just don't have, and by the way, I medically do not have a bridge. You don't make any comments about this, or you will give you to the Canadian authorities. Right here, there's supposed to be a little bridge. And it's gone. Someone took my bridge. And so consequently, I do not visualize technology problems. I can't. My brain doesn't allow for that. Thank God, George won't ask me to do any more homework now. Scott Bauer, are you there? Scott Bauer, we're all hoping that in the next couple of minutes you develop some human traits and come and say hello. Otherwise, we cannot leave you here and cannot assist you. Gary, any last thoughts you'd like to bring up today? Anything goes.
No, it's just I'm very, very grateful for the the technology that is handed to me on a plate and that I can use on a daily basis.
On a plate. With a napkin, too.
Well, yeah. It's just, it makes it so much easier. Instead of trying to figure out things myself, I just follow along and do what's told because somebody else figured it out for me.
See, George is so... George is a very modest guy, not like me. God knows, if I was as modest with him, I'd be probably freaking out. He's a very modest guy, and he is like having a technician on your shoulder. How I learned the computer was I hired a consultant, this is about 30 years ago. I hired a computer consultant, she stood behind me, and every time I made a mistake, I said, write it in the book. So I sat down to do the things that I needed to be done, and every time I made a mistake, which was frequently, she wrote it in the book, so I had my own little training manual. George knows more than all of us put together. And I'm not just saying that as a hyperbole. And I'm not saying it about everything. I'm saying about technology. He knows more about technology than any of us are likely to know or encounter in our lives. He's very modest about what he knows, but what he knows is a huge payoff. So what he's saying to you is essentially, do you want to do what I do? And my response is, are you kidding? Nothing would ever get done. There would be no technology. Technology would simply stop if I was the chief technology officer of the world. What about you? How would you feel if he said, just do it yourself? And he just withdrew.
No, it would be at a standstill, that's for sure.
And that's why Scott Bauer and Jerome Portley have no online businesses. Their business stopped a long time ago. And they pretend that because they have an email account, and they pretend that because they have a URL, that they have a business. You don't got a business. What you got is illusions, delusions, and completely erroneous conclusions. And you've got to admit this, or you're never going to go beyond it. Anybody agree with me? If you agree with me, put a little comment on the screen. Again, Scott Bauer, we were trying to help you during this program today. You're obviously not educable. And Jerome Portley, this is your first visit, so we're glad to have you with us. Anybody want to post any comments? I'm exhausted today. I stayed up late last night working, got up early this morning. I wanted to say, en passant, I'm never going to finish chapter 5. Never. It just keeps, every time I get to the conclusion, it concludes that I need another page. It's all Gary's fault. So, this has been a reality check today, as Patrice says. Anybody else want to make a comment? Patrice, why don't you come on up and say a few words about your tomatoes and the jam that I'm supposed to be getting. And then Gary will come up and finish the program with me. And Jerome Portley and Scott Bauer, this is an interactive program. You didn't get anything out of it particularly because you don't interact. That's bad.
And good day, Dr.
And we have
Lant.
the White Rabbit, Miss Patrice Porter from Saskatchewan.
And all the members and guests here. And yeah, that was a rousing and educational program, and I'd say a little reality check there for taking a look and seeing what do you really know, what are you really capable of, and why, instead of trying to do it yourself, why not join up with a team so that you have people there that can take care of the things that you're not really adept at doing. And that's the wonderful thing here, is that we work as a team here at Worldprofit, and we connecting with yourself and George Kosch and Sandy Hunter. It's a marvelous to be a part of this company here, and I would hope that those looking in would take the opportunity to come join the team too, and having the technical geniuses working for you so you can develop your online business and not just play around with websites and pretty shiny things. And if you want to catch the replay of today's program, it'll be on the YouTube channel Patrice Porter. And you can check out my Home Business Central at www.20waystoprofit.com. And also I've used the tools and resources here from Worldprofit to help people create abundance by gardening. And you can check out my site there at www.gardeningforfoodsecurity.com. And with that, I'll say my adieus till tomorrow's Anything Goes program at 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye for now.
Remember the jam police are on your case. But I want to bring Gary Smith up here for some final remarks. And I want to speak to Jerome Portley and Monroe Jones and Ilona and James Murphy. Folks, the program today, which you missed, unfortunately, but it is reported, was on do you want to be and are you capable of being your own chief technology officer? And the reason why the introductory reason, there are lots of reasons that follow this one, but the introductory reason why people fail on the internet is because they just don't know, literally what my computer consultant says, they don't know how to plug in the machine. And if you're at the level where you don't know how to plug in the machine, you've got a problem. And there is not a person in this room who couldn't use ongoing, live, as well as recorded, advice and assistance and consultations with people who can solve the problem. Does anybody disagree? James Murphy, Monroe Jones, Jerome Portley, and company, do you know enough so that you can run a 24-hour technology-based business on the internet, which is the requirement? Do you do that, Jerome? I want answers from you people. Don't sit there and be like a horsefly. Jerome says no, he doesn't. And Jerome, that's why you're going to join us this afternoon. Because you see, this is not rocket science. If you have the tools and you knew how to use them like George, you would have been doing it. He's been doing it for over 20 years. If you didn't have the tools and didn't know how to do it, you'd be like me. You'd affiliate with a guy that knows how to do it so that you could do what you really want to do. I made it very clear to all of you, and I'm reinforcing the point of it. I don't want to spend my golden jam-filled years trying to figure out some damn thing about this machine. The machine and I get along reasonably well so long as I let George do everything. The minute that I start to try to do the damn thing, explodes like Mount Vesuvius. How many of you feel the same way? I'm about to be 70 years old. I don't want to spend the last, give me 50 years. Anyway, how about 120? I do not want to spend the next 50 years of my life babysitting a computer. I'd rather share my jam with George, Patrice, than try to figure it all out for myself. What do you say about that? Do you want to spend you're not so much younger than me, you old goat. Do you want to spend your declining years trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with your computer when George Smith goes, whoosh, it's finished in 3 seconds?
No, I want to have somebody that's going to do it for me, just like you, and then I can sit back and just concentrate on doing what I have to do to generate an income. I don't want to have to design the programs or anything.
Now, before we quit today, I want to come right in on Jerome and Monroe and James. Jerome, Monroe, and James, are you ready to join this community? If you're not, you're going to go click on the green box that says watch video. That's a fair response. James Monroe, what about you? You've been here before and you supposedly watched the video. Are you ready, James, to join this community? Are you ready to give yourself a technological insurance policy? All right, so you watched the video. That's fair enough. Now, click on the green box. Monroe, what about you? And James Murphy, what about you? And I want to say something very strong from my heart. James Murphy, are you ready to join this community and take advantage of a 24-hour a day insurance policy, insurance technology policy, where you are ready to do that? Good. You want to offer a rate to you? Or did you see the rate? Because you've been here 4 times, James Murphy. See, all these people that don't join are looking for a way to have the benefit benefits of technology, and they don't want to be around the technology. Yeah, the damn thing, it scares me. I don't know if it's going to pop up and hit me. Isn't that about the size of it? People want the benefits without without wanting to get involved with technology.
Yeah. That's
okay, well, it is
so true.
It is the top of the hour. I'm going to go down in just a minute. This has been Anything Goes, and we have had a hell of a rollicking program. For those that were listening, your life is going to change. That should include James Murphy, Jerome Portley, and Monroe James. Boys, if you don't get a technology policy, you're fried. You're done. You're dead. You can twiddle around with your computer for the rest of your life. It's not going to work. And who is the monitor coming up? I saw Elaine. I saw Reverend Annette. Reverend Annette, are you coming up?
Reverend Annette is coming up, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go down for just a minute so that we stop the film running. And okay, I'm going to handle this before I go down. James Murphy, first of all, are you crazy? Would you walk into IBM and say, you know, I want one of those big ones, that glossy one over there in the corner? Well, I don't have any money, of course. Could I sponge off of you guys? James, a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being that you are a realist and 1 being that you're a knucklehead. Tell me where you are on this list. If you can even ask that question. Scale of 1 to 10, James Murphy. 10 being that you are. Let's see what he says. You're a 1. In other words, a complete knucklehead. Okay, now we've established that. Do you get your subscription to Mad Magazine every month like you're supposed to? Here's the deal. And I want everyone to join me. James Murphy. Here's what I'm going to do for you. What town do you live in? I'm going to give you the chance right now to break free of your situation. Where do you live? Where do you live? Reverend Annette, I want you to watch this because you're going to have to do the tail end of this. James Monroe, where do you live? James, preferably this today. See, this is what I mean. If it takes that long, Clinton, Iowa, you're in Central Time. All right, here's the deal, James. I am going to give you until, it is now 1 p.m. in Clinton, Iowa. I'm going to give you until 6 p.m. this evening, 6 Central Time, to come back here with a payment mechanism, be it credit or debit card or whatever, PayPal, for $99.95. You come back by 6 p.m. Central Time tonight, and I'm going to give you the $20,000 bonus offer, which Gary just read, and 100 customers from my private list. But you say, I can't do that, I'm helpless. Okay, here's part number 2. I'm going to give you till midnight Central Time this evening to come back with a prepaid credit card or whatever, $99.95, and you're going to get the 100 customers. I'm sorry, the 100 customers are going to be stripped off. You wait till midnight. Come in here by the first deadline, you're going to get them all. Come in here by the second, I'm taking away the customers. Do you understand? Gary, if you can write that up and put it on the screen, that would be helpful. James Murphy, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm giving you the chance to have the time you need to come up with a measly $100. What do you say? And he flees into the jungle. Yep, this is certainly a future leader of technology. Gary, I want to thank everyone for coming today. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to have more fun with Gary. Gary, I want to calibrate those chips. They must not be higher than 6.9 on the Richter scale. Reverend Annette, come on up.